Hello everyone, this is Everything Horror. We love to talk about everything horror. And in today's video, we are going to be reviewing Don't Breathe 2. Now, Don't Breathe 2 is directed by Rodo Sayagas. It is not Fede Alvarez. He's not reprising his role as the director. But these two did work together in making the first Don't Breathe. So these are characters and a story that Rodo knows well. This film stars Stephen Lang. He reprises his role as the blind man, also known as Norman Nordstrom. Madeline Grace, she plays Phoenix in the film. And we also have Brandon Sexton III, who plays Rayland. Now, this film centers around the blind man. We find that he is living his best life. He finally has the life that he's wanted. But at what cost when a new group of intruders decide to ravage his home? I have to say, you guys, I was going into Don't Breathe 2 with very high hopes. I knew that this film was not going to be a continuation of the last story from the last film, so I already had that out of my mind. Although, that's my main negative with this film. I wish they would have had a continuation of that story. But for Don't Breathe 2, for what it is, I think it's a pretty good time. And a pretty messed up one as well. First, let's go over the acting. I have to say, Stephen Lang, he's great as the blind man. Now, what I don't like with this character is that he's not as grimy and just off-putting as he was in the first film. That's another negative that I have with this film, is that I guess it just depends on the viewer. But you do feel some sympathy for this character. And in my opinion, he comes out looking more of an anti-hero in this film. But some of the things that he does in this movie are pretty messed up. But overall, he is the protagonist. Madeline Grace is great. I'm usually pretty harsh on kid actors, and I think she was really good. She has some spunk. And out of all the characters in the film, you felt the most sympathy for her. So I think she did really good on her role. And then there's Brandon Sexton III. I think he was very good as well. You know why him and his group of friends are intruding in the home. And it makes sense for his character why he would do this. Alright, now the directing style. I think it was pretty good. Nothing too flashy here. If anything, I just wish there would have been another scene in the film, like in the last one, when everything is in night vision. That would have been great. I wish they would have utilized more of the blind man's skills in this film with the dark. Overall, I really like the action sequences in this film. Action, I guess. Especially the one in the basement. That's a really good scene and very intense. The stakes in this film are pretty up there. There's a revelation near the end of the film. I just thought the depravity of it all, the whole situation, it was just so messed up, and I really liked that whole entire part of the film. And I was thinking during the film, wow, are they really going to go there? I think Rodo did a really good job with the suspense in this movie. Comparing it to Don't Breathe 1, I've always thought Don't Breathe was one of the best cat and mouse games of our generation. And this film is not a cat and mouse. It's more of like a revenge type of film. And for a revenge type of film, I thought this was pretty good. Another positive I would have to say are the kills in this film. There are some pretty messed up kills. Like I stated before, some messed up situations. I just love that they continued with that grindhouse type of grimy, grungy type of feel for this film. Now let's move on to the negatives. Now my main negative, which really doesn't matter, is that they didn't continue the storyline from the first film. I really wish that's what would have happened. We would have had Jane Levy come back and her character Rocky. But unfortunately they decided not to go into that direction. And then another negative is just making the blind man a sympathetic character. But this is all my opinion, you guys. Overall, I have to say, with the direction that they went in with this film, I have to say this is a pretty good horror revenge film. It's grungy, grimy, grindhouse type of revenge film, and I was all here for it. I'm going to give Don't Breathe 2 3.75 Gorilla Glues out of 5. What did you guys think of Don't Breathe 2? Let me know in the comments down below. I greatly appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and make sure to subscribe. This is Everything Horror, where we love to talk about everything horror. Take care, peeps.